guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's episode of Booze, Drives, and Wrenches, we're working on our Kawasaki mule. So, don't mind how I'm looking right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm tired. Kawasaki mule is in 1989. So, we've been having issues with this thing. It's been running, however, it's not been running to its best ability. I'll pop up a clip. I pulled off the stock carb. Right here it is. I pulled it off and cleaned it, and it didn't solve our issue. Checked the jets and everything, and I put on a new fuel filter. Didn't help our issue. So I'm gonna cut to that clip here. All right, everyone. Alex here from Booze, Rods, and Wrenches. On today's short here, we are currently working on. I'll bring you guys inside here. Our 89, I believe, Kawasaki mule. It's been running a little rough, so I decided to pull our carburetor off. As you can see, it sits right there. I'm gonna clean it up and hopefully find what our issue is, because it will not idle. So I went ahead, pulled our carb off, as you can see here, and I'm gonna show you guys what happens when you don't wash a machine or whatever for years and years on end, which this is all right. And I'm not blaming anyone, because I could have definitely washed this thing myself, but look at the years of dirt caked on this thing. And this is just shows how long these machines run, really. So I'm gonna clean this thing up, and I'll let you guys know if I got it running right. All right, so as you guys just saw, that was how that carb looked when I first pulled it off. So we went on to Amazon, and I forgot to film. I'll be honest, I forgot to film me putting on the new carb. So we ordered a kit. It came with. So we just went ahead and went on Amazon. Let me bring you guys back here. Picked up a new carb. Don't mind where I'm at. I'm sitting in the kitchen. We just opened this up. So we got a Amazon carb. This came with, of course, a new air filter for the mule. We got a new fuel pump for the mule, as well as new gaskets here for the carb, new spark plug. You can see here, I'm not sure. I'm kind of excited to see how that does. This is some quarter-inch fuel line that we have for another project that I stole for this thing, because we got to get this thing running. Don't mind all the junk in the bed. Like I said, it's a workhorse. So like I said, new carbs on. I'll bring you guys over to see it here. I'm going to work on putting on the new fuel pump. That will be easy. I'll show you guys how to do it instead of forgetting to film like I did before. And it came with a set of these brushes, so mainly so you can clean your jets. And it also came with, give me one moment here, guys, a new air filter. Our old one, I'll show you guys here. If we come around here, original one's on the other side. However, if you come up here to the floor, you can see all this dry rotted foam that quite literally crumbles. That is our foam part on our original air filter, because we pulled it out and threw it in the bed here. As you can see, here's our original one. Here's our new one. Foam is not on that one because it dry rotted. This one has foam. So let me bring you guys over here. All right, so before I show you guys this carb, I do want to say this is an Amazon carb. I'm going to film a first startup for you guys so we can see what this thing sounds like with the Amazon carb. Might have to do some tuning. Don't be surprised if I do, because, well, that's just how it goes. So here's our Amazon carb. Let me turn on my flash for you real quick. All right, that's better. So all it really was, there's two 10 millimeters, one right here and one right here. This comes off, there's a gasket, and then this here, I do need to put my choke cable back on. However, this bracket for the choke cable comes off, and then your whole carb slides off after you unhook your throttle cable, and there's this little wire on the bottom side of it that you have to unhook. Then that comes out, and then there's another gasket as well as a bracket in here, I guess, to protect from the motor. I don't know. Anyway, you also have to unhook this fuel line here. I'm going to replace it here because I'm pretty sure I put a hole in it somehow. This is a 1989, so don't be surprised if I do screw some of these lines up, because, again, they're how many years old. So, anywho, you pull this off, everything comes off. I'll show you guys the other carb again. You can see how dirty it is. But anywho, all you have to do, you unhook the choke cable. All it was, Phillips here. That's it. So I went ahead. I double checked both parts, looked at both of them. They look similar. So that is that's definitely what you want to do before you throw these parts on. Only thing I didn't check was our jet, because I figured we'll try it. If it doesn't start, I can throw my stock one back on, because I know it starts with that stock carb. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish hooking this up, and then I'm going to see if it starts. If it starts, which I believe it will, I'm going to go ahead and move over to our fuel filter, as well as our fuel pump, as well as our fuel filter. I will tell you guys, though, you can see all these metal shavings down here. I did mess up. There's a plate that goes and covers all of this, and there's a Phillips head screw that goes here. Well, let me rephrase this. First person that owned this stripped this out at some point, I guess, and I did a number on it one of the last times I worked on this thing. So I ended up having to drill it out, and what I'm gonna have to do is either A, drill the nut out that's welded to the bottom side of this, or B, cut this little bracket off here with the grinder, and I could honestly probably make my own bracket, because all it is a curved piece of metal. So that's a problem for a later date. I'll be able to make something work for today. So I'm going to finish hooking this up over here, and then I'm going to get you guys a first start up. All right, I'm honestly surprised that the idle wasn't high. However, I just started this thing for the first time with the new carburetor on. Give me 1 second. Check it. That's with the choke off, and it's running perfectly. So now I'm at a point, I'm sorry about the music, just shut it off. However, I'm at a point now, should I put on the new fuel pump? Should I put on the new fuel filter, you know? However, I'm probably going to go ahead and replace those parts. Send their new on there. But all it's left here to do, there's a thing that comes from the air box to here. This needs rehooked. And we're done, other than, of course, doing the other parts. For those of you that don't know how to tune your carburetor, I will show you quick. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver, and all you have to do is adjust this screw right here. You guys can see where I'm getting at. So all you do is, and you can watch it here, you go a little bit at a time, and you can actually watch your throttle move some. So I'm going to get this carb tuned to how I want it, and then we're going to go ahead and work on our fuel pump and our fuel filter. All right, quick progress update here. I tuned this carb to how I think it'll be good for us. Hooked everything back up, and she runs like a dream now. I did put in our new air filter. However, I did not replace our fuel filter or our fuel pump. 2 reasons, and it's both because of the age of this machine and because of the fuel filter. So fuel filter I couldn't replace because the Chinese guy that made it, I guess, made it for a bigger line than 1/4 inch, so I couldn't get my hose on there, and it made me mad. So it's back in the bag. Maybe another day's issue. Fuel filter I couldn't replace because, if you can see here, rusted bolt, and I started to try to remove it, and it wanted to try to strip. So I stopped. I said that's enough for today. And yeah, because I've already, of course, stripped one bolt that I had to drill out, and I will find something to replace this because, as you can see, that's going to get annoying. Probably just run a zip tie across it, to be honest with you, so it's not sitting here while I'm driving. But we'll see. I will make an update video on that because I know some of you are probably going to be curious what we do to fix that. I think, honestly, at the end of the day, it'd probably be easier just to figure out something to replace this little bracket here that has a nut on the end of it. So, show you guys here quick. This thing runs like a dream again. Now, I will tell you, it is full enclosed in here. I wouldn't do this because, well, the carbon from these things is not good for you. So, key on. You got to give it a little bit of gas to start it, but once it's started, it runs like a dream. It hasn't idled like this, no lie, for the last probably month and a half to 2 months. So, I'm happy with how it is. And now, the old mule is back in action. So, I'm going to cut this video off and get you guys an outro here. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I know it's a shorter one. I know I didn't film much. However, at the end of the day, it is 11 o'clock at night now. And I had to get this thing done because we need this thing. We use this thing quite literally daily. And at the end of the day, she's back. She's fixed. The old mule lives again. These old Kawasaki's live quite literally forever. It's an 89. It's however many years old. I'm not doing math at 11 o'clock at night. But she's fixed. That's all that matters. So, thank you guys for watching today's video. As I've mentioned previously, I don't have the merch on right now, but I'm doing a giveaway at 300 subscribers of some of the merchandise and the couple other swag items I give back to you guys. So go hit the subscribe button, and I will have a short made and ready to go as soon as I hit 300 subscribers, telling you guys how to get entered and how to get entered for your chance to win some Boozers, Rods, and Wrenches merchandise, as well as a few other things. So thank you guys for watching. Go hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time. And as always, make sure you guys ride safe.
Yep, it's Papa B here from Boozers, Rides, and Wrenches, heading in. Just got some new furniture. Pulling the big trailer today. I was hoping Alex would have been around and give me a hand, but I don't know what his problem is, where he's at. And we're going to open up, see what our big purchase from Marketplace was today. What are you doing?
We home already. How'd I get back here?